this year for our GAP overnight field trip, we'll be going to the Everglades Youth Conservation Camp, which is located on the edge of the Everglades just west of West Palm Beach. Our trip this year is going to be in March, right before spring break. We'll be leaving Thursday morning, March 29th, and returning Saturday, March 31st. We figure we'll leave about 7:45 in the morning for our 10 a.m. arrival at the camp. On that Saturday when we come back, we'll be leaving the camp after lunch at 1 p.m., so we figure we'll arrive back by Southwest between 4 and 5 o'clock. We plan on stopping for ice cream along the way on the way back. The cost for this 3-day, 2-night trip is $210. That includes the accommodations and the activities at the camp, the educational program. It'll be meals for all 3 days, plus the cost of the charter bus to get us there and back. When it comes to the accommodations at camp, what you see in the picture are their cabins. The cabins circle their lake, and each cabin can sleep up to 20 people. They're air conditioned, they have bunks. Students need to either bring sheets and blankets with their pillow or a sleeping bag. We will be in need of chaperones. To be a chaperone, you need to have your A+ volunteer status with the county. To find out more information on how to become an A+ volunteer, please visit the Brevard County Schools website. If you have your volunteer status updated, Mrs. Marshall will be sending an email in the next month or so looking for volunteers who are qualified. When it comes to what we're going to be eating at camp, there is a cafeteria, and the 3 square meals will be served family style at that cafeteria. So students will be served breakfast, lunch, and dinner, also snacks in between the educational programs. There are vegetarian options available, and they're willing to work with students who have dietary concerns. The camp also has a camp store that sells snacks and soda and little trinkets as well. When it comes to the actual educational program, students are going to be split up into groups and then rotate through different activities and science labs throughout the course of the 3 days. So the next few slides are going to discuss what those activities would look like. So the first of them is actually about ecosystems and the dynamics of the Everglades. With its location on the edge of the Everglades, there's actually 3 different ecosystems that students will experience around the camp. The next program is about bird watching and bird population and migration into the Everglades. Next, students will be doing some wetland exploration and talking about the watersheds and the importance of water conservation and the importance of the Everglades to the state of Florida. They will also be doing experimental labs where they'll be collecting specimens from the pond. In addition, they'll talk about adaptation of different animals to their environment. All of these activities correspond with Florida State science standards for the middle school level. With the 8th graders, this is going to be a wonderful review for the science test that they're going to take in the spring. Lastly, students will also be kayaking and doing some water quality testing as well. There will be hiking and water activities throughout the course of the 3 days. Students will receive a list for packing requirements. For the most part, what you need to start thinking about right now are buying some water shoes that might be on clearance now that it's the end of summer. For the most part, what they need to pack are old clothes that nobody cares if they get ruined or not. Lastly, what we need to discuss is fundraiser. With the cost of $210, students will have an opportunity to lower that cost on an individual level by participating in our upcoming fundraisers. So last year we had 2 that were successful, and we plan on repeating them again this year. So the first of those is going to be a Texas Roadhouse bread sale. What it is we sell the Texas Roadhouse rolls for Thanksgiving and then again at Christmas. How it works is that for $5 you get a dozen Texas Roadhouse rolls. You get a coupon from the student, and then they get picked up from the actual restaurant. The other fundraiser we plan on repeating is a candy bar sale in the spring. All funds that an individual student raises goes into an individual account for them. So depending on their level of fundraising, they may be able to drastically reduce the cost or the trip, or actually pay for the entirety of it with fundraising money. If you have any ideas for fundraisers, please contact Ms. Marshall. Her email here is at the end of the slideshow. Thanks so much. If you have questions, feel free to email us.